Hello and welcome to Magala ko Minneapolis on OROMIA11. I'm your host Abdul Nasser Tufa. Thank you for joining us. Today we are discussing a topic that matters to every family and every community, keeping our young people safe and helping them build brighter futures. Violence prevention is not only the responsibility of law enforcement, it also involves families, schools, community organizations, faith leaders, and local government working together to provide support, hope, and opportunities for our youth. To help us better understand these efforts, we are honored to welcome Hindi Abdi, the Program Manager for Youth Violence Intervention in the Office of Neighborhood Safety with the City of Minneapolis. Through her work, she helps develop and support programs that prevent youth violence, strengthen communities, and connect young people and families with the resources they need. In today's conversation, we will discuss youth violence prevention, mental health, the challenges facing young people in Minneapolis, the programs available to support families, and how our Oromo community can become more involved in creating safer neighborhoods. Stay tuned for more. Hindi, welcome to Magala ko Minneapolis.
Thank you. So my name is Hindi Abdi. I'm the Program Manager for Violence Interruption with the City of Minneapolis, specifically with Office of Neighborhood Safety. My background is in public health and policy. I've been doing this work for some time now. Previous to working with Office of Neighborhood Safety, I was with the Police Department, Minneapolis Police Department, for 2 years doing implementation work with community engagement and going out to communities. So the field of work I'm in is something that I'm really passionate about and hope to continue doing for some time.
Thank you again. How is the city working with the community to keep young people safe?
I work with a program called Minneapolis. So this program is a group of boots on the ground violence interrupters. So we have groups in South Minneapolis, Cedar Riverside, and North Minneapolis right now. So these programs consist of groups going out, working like 2 to 10, 4 to 12, and they go around the communities, talking to community members, intervening when any violence is happening, specifically around gun violence in these areas. They use something called the Cure Violence model, and this model is pertaining to a global model where they have violence interrupters, supervisors, program managers, and outreach workers. So it's not just about the boots on the ground, people walking around. They also help out different participants and community members that are experiencing violence. So they're able to kind of work their case and be able to connect them with other resources. Our department does have other programs such as youth gun violence intervention. So that's YGVI, GVI, community trauma response groups, safety ambassadors. So we have a whole group of different prevention programs that we have within the neighborhood safety department. And then we work with youth specifically, adults. So it's all around care when it comes to gun violence and community trauma.
How does your department work to stop violence in communities?
So I just mentioned some of our groups that we have within the department. So it starts in-house in neighborhood safety department. So we work with the young adults, the guardians, the youth, the people on probation. We work with all types of family members that are dealing with this trauma. Whether it's intervention, prevention, trauma response, all of our groups and program managers that we have within our department work with these. So some of the services that YGVI, for example, provides is that they connect with youth that have been involved in gun violence and have them get connected to resources and work with the individual that works with them and their family. We have the violence interrupter groups, which work Tuesday through Sundays, sometimes switch hours depending on when the need is there. And their main goal is to talk to community, be present, and be seen by community so that they know that when they're out there, they're there to be there and connect with community members. Safety ambassadors also do similar work along East Lake Street and Franklin. So we have a lot of programs that are in-house, and a lot of our services is catered to the residents of Minneapolis and be able to work in this gun violence field.
Thank you again, Hindi. What are some of the biggest challenges Minneapolis is facing right now?
I think the current problem we're facing is one, lack of funding that we have right now. Violence seems to be changing constantly, so being able to follow those trends and be able to have services in those areas is kind of hard because we change it every couple of years with our RFPs. And the lack of providers right now, we have enough providers for what's happening right now. So as things change, being able to get more funding to give more resources to community organizations to do this work is really important to us, and that we hope to try to grow. But as things change and escalate, it's really hard right now, and I feel like that's something that I really want people to know, that we're trying our best on our end, and it's just we have to keep track of how much people that we're trying to help at a time. There's a lot of social issues, so our office is specifically about gun violence right now, and a lot of our violence is gun violence, but there's also other traumas that the community is facing, such as opioid use and unhoused issues, but our department doesn't specifically work with that. So it's hard when our groups are out there working with the community and seeing the amount of people affected. It's kind of hard that they can't fully offer those services, but we have connections that we're able to connect them with the different providers through the county or the city. But our focus specifically is gun violence, so sometimes people may think like, oh, you're just walking past this person that needs help or is in a crisis. Our groups tend to help when they can, but that's not specifically what they're there to do. So we have a lot of youth violence happening in the city, and there's a lot of growing concern from family members and community members. So our YGVI program is something that specifically works with youth in gun violence. They're either referred through the county, MPD. They work with our NSD program managers, Neighborhood Safety Department's program managers. So Cedar Riverside has right now, for example, violence interruption. They work specifically with any violence prevention that program, like people that are walking around, seeing if there's any altercations or interactions that they can step in and help. They can work with all ages, youth to adulthood. So that's the specific group we have in Cedar Riverside right now. We have Phillips, Whittier area, Seward Lake. Those programs right now, when it's specifically about youth, our youth program is throughout the city. So we have different members in different organizations throughout the city that work with different kids in neighborhoods. So we're just trying to tackle the issue as much as we can right now. It's just, like I said earlier, it's difficult to be able to be everywhere at once.
What are some of the biggest successes?
Well, we work with so much groups. So such an example is Metro Youth Diversion that works at Cedar Riverside. They just had a great community engagement event just 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. And a lot of community members showed up to show their appreciation. Them being there, just talking to community and working with them has been something that the community has appreciated. There is a lot of concerns still needed to be taken care of, and then we're still trying to work to find other groups and programs to work in that area. But right now, a lot of our programs have done amazing work. So a few times they've helped people with Narcan. Even though our focus is gun violence, they're not going to leave people stranded. So there was a time where Touch, who's South Minneapolis group that we work with, has helped before police arrived de-escalate a situation that was happening. There's so many different examples in Restoration Inc. over in Northside. There's so many different examples of the work they do in community, the events that they host that brings community together. There was a fish fry in South Minneapolis for Mother's Day with Touch that brought a lot of community members together. So it's not just about the violence intervention as it's happening, it's also prevention, being able to host these events and be there for community.
Can young people take actions to stop cycles of beefing or violence in their social circles?
So the kids in our generation, they're progressing differently each generation as it goes. Social media is a big thing in this day and age. A lot of the issues are rising from confrontations that begin online. So something that happens online, they come face to face at schools or parks or recreation centers and are trying to escalate it, even though it was something minor that was on social media. It's important to keep in mind when building those relationships, like as a parent, a guardian, a mentor, to talk to the kids, ask them what's going on, if they have anything that they want to get off their chest, just discussing this stuff with them. And for the youth side, it's important for them to talk to the mentors, the teachers at the school, to ask for help before things escalate. Like it's not embarrassing that something got out of hand from something that happened on social media, but for it to get to a point where there's shootings or violence happening, there should be something done beforehand, and that's for both the youth and the adults to come together and actually talk and try to solve these issues before they get any bigger. So just joining programs at your school, having a mentor outside. So a lot of our intervention programs have mentorship involved in it, and that just connects the kids to be able to have somebody that they feel as a trusted adult to talk to. We have a lot of programs, so that's something we're definitely going to share the websites and share the information that we have and hopefully link it to this video.
Are there ways adults and the family members can better support their young relatives and neighbors?
So my suggestion, so everybody has different opinions on this topic. So my suggestion is to talk to your youth, be active in their lives. So when they come from school, not just asking them like, oh, how was school today? Like actually getting more detail from them. Like, oh, who's your friend that you went here with? Who were you with at lunch today? Talking specifically, like getting names of friends, giving more information so they know like that you're a part of their life. Taking them places. I think personally, joining teams in sports or debate teams, some program in school where they could continue and be monitored and not just out and about freely. So they could join a recreation program at their rec center nearby, and you show up and just be there present. And if you can't show up, find another adult that's close to them to be able to be there for them. So try not to leave them alone often. I know a lot of families work and are very tired and very busy and have kids that they have to follow all the time, but splitting it up is important. Talking to their child. Hobbies is very good for emotional growth. To just time management alone is something that hobbies could create. Like knowing like, hey, after school today I have to do my homework because I have a program tonight. So it gives a child like less time to be freely out doing whatever they want, because once a kid has too much time on their hands, that's when they start getting into things that they didn't want to get to in the first place. So encouraging them, asking them what they like, finding those routes, and then joining them, I think is really important.
How do people get involved in the program? Can families contact you directly for help?
So since our department is specifically facing gun violence and working with the youth that are involved or grown-ups involved in that, unless you see groups out in the community and you talk with them and get resources, you can reach our website as a way to ask questions, and somebody will reach back out to you with who to connect with. When it comes to the youth gun violence intervention, they're working with the highest risk kids at that time. So kids who are already been through the process of getting arrested or in county and have probation. So we're working with those kids to try to get them back on track and continue growth. So those programs are specifically people we reach out to and work with, but there's a lot of other ways to connect with our groups, and specifically right now it is email. I know a lot of people don't like emails, but we're gonna get the rest of it, like phone number and stuff, out eventually.
Is there anything else you would like to share with us today?
So overall, I want to reiterate that the Neighborhood Safety Department works with all youth and adults throughout our community in Minneapolis, and our focus is specifically in gun violence and gun violence awareness. But we have so many programs and so many hardworking groups in our team that are out there and really talking to community and being present, and I think that's something I really want community to know. If you see them out there, talk to them, give more information, join community groups, come to events, and hopefully we can solve this problem together.
Thank you for joining us at OROMIA11 today and for sharing this experience.
Thank you.
Today's conversation reminds us that preventing violence begins with listening, building relationships, and creating opportunities for young people to succeed. Every parent, neighbor, teacher, mentor, and a community member has a role to play in creating safer and healthier neighborhoods. We encourage our viewers to learn more about the resources available through the City of Minneapolis and to reach out if they or someone they know could benefit from those programs. Seeking help is a sign of strength, and together we can build a community where every young person could thrive. To our viewers, thank you for watching Magala Ko Minneapolis. If you find today's conversation helpful, please share it with your family and friends so more people can learn about those valuable resources. I'm Abdul Nasser Tufa. On behalf of all of us at OROMIA11, thank you for watching us. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you next time on Magala Ko Minneapolis.